Hey everybody, what's going on? It's Big for One Gaming here. Welcome back to episode number 67 of Winning a National Title with Every Team in the Game. If you guys have missed any of the last episodes, up in the right-hand corner will be a playlist of all the episodes from 1 to 67. If you aren't able to watch those videos, completely understand. Down in the description below will be the records of every team and their season they eventually won it all. But new episode means new team, which means we get a wheel spin to see who episode 67 will be. Took a lot of teams to go, and we're going to be going back to the MAC. We are. We're going to go Eastern Michigan. I think going to be finishing up. Oh, we still have Central Michigan. But I think mostly all the teams in Michigan almost are going to be done. So we are going to be doing Eastern Michigan in this one. And we got to go to the MAC. And yeah, Eastern Michigan is a 75 overall team. Middle of the road for the MAC. We've only really done Bowling Green, Buffalo, and Akron. We haven't done Central Michigan yet. We've done Miami of Ohio. And we've done Ohio. So we're almost done with the MAC. So let's get to head coach here. We are a recruiter head coach, which will definitely help. Most definitely. And let's see what our coaches are going to be and what the roster is looking like. So checking out our coach, we do have recruiter, mostly for the offense, and we do have motivator, which only have one spot for the quarterback. Our offensive coordinator does have elite recruiter, mostly for the offense. So that's going to be nice. And our defensive coordinator does have some recruiter, mostly for linebackers and D-line. He does have Scheme Guru, which is the most he's got for it, so he's probably going to be upgrading that first. We do have Strategist as well, but I mean, we really don't send people on visits till the off-season, so I really don't mind with that. I did depth chart on accident. Didn't mean to do depth chart. I meant to do roster. We do need a quarterback. Our senior quarterback is leaving after the season. We do have an 80 overall center who will be leaving. Yeah, we need a quarterback. We need some speed at the halfback position. We need some speed at wide receiver. Offensive line could use some help. I mean, this team, we need linebackers desperately. Corners need speed. They need speed. Well, we have 3 punters and 2 kickers for some reason. But I'm going to go ahead get Season 1 out of the way here with Eastern Michigan. I'll be back in just a second. So here we are at the end of Season 1 here with Eastern Michigan. Where we go 3-9 on the season. Not a great season at all. We actually lost to UMass, but then beat Washington for our first win of the year. And then we just went on a losing streak. We even lost to FCS. We lost to Jacksonville State, FCS, Kennesaw State, Kent State, Miami, Ohio, Central Michigan, Akron, and Toledo. So we lost 7 in a row after we won against Washington of all teams. And then we beat Ohio, lost to Buffalo, then beat Western Michigan to finish out our 3-9 season. So not very good overall. So hopefully we don't get like the random Week 16 and we can just advance past that and see who wins the Heisman Trophy. We do lose a right-in to UCLA. I don't know why they're going after 3-star right-ins. But Jalen Milroe wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,700 yards, 45 touchdowns to 2 interceptions on the season. And we're just going to go ahead, simulate to the end-of-season recap here, and see how we do, or who wins the national title in year number 1, and see who made it into the college football playoff. Obviously, going 3-9, you're not going to make it, no even close. Coach prestige goes down. A lot of people want to transfer out. Conference prestige goes down. Stability goes down. It's not very good. We're now down to a 1-star school as well. And Texas wins it all here in year number 1, 36-10, with Liberty, Ohio State, Texas, NC State, and Utah as the automatic qualifiers, with Miami, Oregon, Oklahoma, Texas A&M, Alabama, and Florida State, Georgia as the at-large bids. So that's going to end Season 1. It's on to Season 2 here with Eastern Michigan. So here we are in the end of Season 2. We go 5-7, a lot better than last year. 2 wins better. We lost to Texas State to start the season, beat Wyoming, got destroyed by Kentucky, then beat Louisiana, lost to Western Michigan, beat Northern Illinois, then lost to Ball State, Kent State, and Toledo before beating Buffalo, losing to Bowling Green, and then beating Central Michigan to end out the season going 5-7. Obviously, we're not making the conference championship at all, which is fine. So far, we're just building up this team. We had a lot of people transfer out from last year and trying to recoup because we're about to have a lot more transfer out again. Cade Klubnik wins the Heisman Trophy, 4,100 yards, 48 touchdowns, only 1 interception on the season. And, of course, we're going to simulate 2 at the end of season recap like we normally do and see who wins the Natty in Season 2. Texas won in Season 1. So we'll see if they can do it again here in Season 2 and go back-to-back. We've seen a couple go back-to-back, but nothing too many. Coach Prestige does go up to a D+, and still people want to transfer out. And Conference Prestige goes up. We are an 80 overall. Still, a lot of people want to transfer out. It's not very fun. Clemson ends up winning it all here in year number 2, 38-10, with Iowa State, San Jose State, Georgia, Clemson, and Ohio State as the automatic qualifiers, with Penn State, Syracuse, and USC, Texas A&M and Oregon, and Boise State and Michigan as the at-large bids. So that's going to end Season 2, and it's on to Season 3 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in Season number 3 with Eastern Michigan. We have a winning record. We're 7-5 on the season. Means we're getting a bowl game as well. We beat San Jose State, lost to Michigan State and Ole Miss, but we did beat Ohio 29-24 and gave them one of their 3 losses on the season. We beat FCS. We actually won 5 in a row. Western Michigan, Bowling Green, and Northern Illinois before losing 3 of our last 4 with Miami of Ohio, Ball State, Akron, and Central Michigan in the final couple weeks. So we could have had a chance to go even higher, but unfortunately we will have to take 7-5 on the season here in Season number 3 with Eastern Michigan. So far, nothing going well until now. I mean, we're still D+ Coach Prestige, but hopefully with a winning season now, we will be good. We do get to Week 16. So we will have to advance one more week to figure out our bowl game and the Heisman Trophy winner. We did lose a couple players there. But we are an 81 overall. Probably going to go even higher next year. Avery Johnson wins the Heisman Trophy, 3,300 yards, 42 touchdowns to 1 interception on the season. We'll be taking on Uconn and the Camellia Bowl. So it's a nice little bowl game for us. And, of course, we will be simming to the end-of-season recap to see who makes the college football playoff and who wins the national title. So far, Texas and Clemson are the only 2 to have won it so far. Will we see an extra or another team win it and have our 3rd different winner, or will one of those 2 teams win? Coach Stability is now an A-. Coach Prestige up to a B- because we won our bowl game. We are 8-5. Unfortunately, we still only a 1.5-star school, but that helps us out and not wanting to get anybody transferred out. Georgia ends up winning it all over Kansas State with Boise State, Kansas State, Oregon, Florida State, and Georgia with the automatic. Wow, 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in the quarterfinals. Were the automatic qualifiers. Texas A&M, Arkansas, Washington, North Carolina, USC, Tennessee, and Michigan were the at-large bids. So that's going to end Season 3, and it's going to be on to Season 4 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in Season 4 here with Eastern Michigan so far. And as you can see, we've gone up every year. 3-9, 5-7, 5-7, 8-5, now 8-4. So we're already pretty much tying last season. If we can get another win, we already break that as well. So that would be pretty nice if we can. Obviously, it is what it is. We beat San Diego State, beat FCS start the year. Then we lost to New Mexico by 4, but then went on a nice little winning 2 in a row, facing Georgia Southern and Western Michigan before losing 2 in a row, Northern Illinois and Ball State, before winning 4 in a row, Kent State, Toledo, Buffalo, Bowling Green, before losing our final game to Central Michigan, 24-9, in the final game of the MAC conference that we had. So, unfortunately, we don't make the conference tournament. We're 1 game back. So, if we beat Central Michigan, we would have made it. But all in all, it is what it is. But we're going to get a nice little bowl game, another 8-4 season, hopefully. We can make it 9-4. But, I mean, if we do lose, we'll just tie last year's at 8-5. However, it's not a bowl win. So, unfortunately, it is what it is. But we're looking pretty good. We're an 85 overall team this year here in Season 4. And hopefully we can improve that even more when we drop down to an 84 because all the boosts go away. But Darrell Carr, a freshman quarterback, drops 3,800 yards, 50 touchdowns to 7 interceptions. I think one of the first times I've ever seen a freshman win the Heisman Trophy in these simulations. But we're facing Oregon State in the Camellia Bowl again, with the Camellia Bowl again, but different opponent this year. Hopefully we can come away with a win and get a nice little boost to the team prestige if we can win. Us going 9-4 on the season and winning a bowl game. That'd be very, very nice. We do lose, but we do go up to a 2-star prestige. Conference prestige goes down. That's unfortunate. One of the worst conferences. But Pro Potential does go up to a B-, and we're only going to be losing around 3 players due to it. And Oregon wins it all here in Season 4, 41-38 over Clemson, with Boise State, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, Michigan State, and Clemson as the automatic qualifiers, and Oregon, Miami, and LSU, South Carolina, Penn State, and Colorado, USC as the at-large bids. So that's going to end Season 4. It's on Season 5 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in Season 5 here with Eastern Michigan, where we go 10-2 on the season, ranked 24th in the nation as well. So this was, again, a very good season. We lost opening week to Washington State before beating Indiana, FCS, Miami of Ohio, Oregon State, Akron, Ohio, and then we lost to Ohio by 1 point to end our run. Then we beat Toledo by 1, beat Kent State by 3, destroyed Western Michigan by 38, beat Buffalo by 14, and then beat Central Michigan by 17. And now we get to face Akron, who we beat by 3 early on in this MAC championship game, to hopefully win the MAC conference for the first time with Eastern Michigan here. And we get a left tackle, which is nice because we did need one. And we won. We're 11-2 on the season. We don't move up in any rating or anything. There is a possibility, like a small possibility, that we make it in the college football playoff, but that's probably not going to happen. We had a very good 11-2 season. Just got a 3-star tackle to commit as well, so that's going to be nice. We do lose a corner, which is unfortunate. I know we need corners. Chad York wins the Heisman, 54 catches, 1,100 yards, only 9 touchdowns. It's really weird. We'll be playing Texas State in the Camellia Bowl, again with the Camellia Bowl, our 3rd straight Camellia Bowl appearance. But let's take a look. Liberty, Michigan, Stanford, Arkansas, and BYU make it as the automatic qualifiers, with Miami, Texas, Ohio State, Rutgers, Georgia, and Colorado, North Carolina are the at-large bids. But let's go ahead and simulate to the end-of-season recap to see who wins it all here in season number 5. And just hopefully we can take advantage of us maybe moving up in a couple prestiges, maybe going to a 3-star prestige school, and eventually, hopefully, and we do go up to 2.5. We do lose, so we're 11-3 on the season. Conference prestige does move up. Coach stability goes down, but coach prestige does go up. So we're not. I like how it says we're still a D, even though it's whatever. Rutgers beats Ohio State to officially win it all, 24-14 here in season number 5. That's going to do it for season number 5. It is on to season 6 here at Eastern Michigan. And here we are in season number 6 here with Eastern Michigan, where we go 10-2 on the season, 8-0 in the conference. We have to win here to have even a shot at going to the college football playoff since we're ranked 17th. But to start the year, we lost to San Jose State, and then we beat FCS, then lost to Georgia Southern by 1 point when they only went 2-10. So that was a terrible loss. But then we won every game after that. Western Michigan, New Mexico, Northern Illinois, Ball State only by 1, Kent State, Toledo, Buffalo, Bowling Green. Then we destroyed Central Michigan to end the season. So we have to face Western Michigan, which we did beat by 4 earlier on this season. And again, if we win, there is a small chance that we'll get into the college football playoff as one of the top 5 teams. And we lost, so that doesn't even matter. So, unfortunately, with an 89 overall team, we go 10-3 on the season. Granted, I really don't think we're an 89 overall team. I think we were barely like an 80. I mean, we do have an 89 quarterback, but other than that, I believe we're like an 86, somewhere around there. So the overalls are still lying, but it is what it is. Unfortunately, college football playoff is not going to be in the cards for season 6. So hopefully that'll be in next year, because, I mean, 87 is probably where we're sitting at, like normal. But Quessenberry wins the Heisman Trophy for TCU, 4,200 yards, 44 touchdowns to 6 interceptions on the season. We're playing Houston in the Sun Bowl. So it's another bowl game. Hopefully we can win it. But let's go ahead, simulate to the end of season recap here. Just unfortunate. We're going to have a very good season with 10 wins, but kind of wish we were going to be going to the college football playoff for the first time here at the Eastern Michigan. But that is not the case. We do win, so we're 11-3. For some reason, pro potential goes down. Coach stability goes down, but coach prestige does go up, which is very, very nice. So we have some people might want to transfer out, but that is fine and dandy. And Georgia wins it all here, 47-35 with Tulsa, Louisiana, Oregon, North Carolina, and Auburn with the automatic qualifiers, with Georgia, Ohio State, TCU, NC State, Pitt, and Rice and Penn State were the at-large bids. So that's going to end Season 6. It's on to Season 7 here with Eastern Michigan. And here we are in Season 7 with Eastern Michigan, where we go 11-1 on the season. Again, 8-0 in the MAC. Hopefully this year will be the year that we can win the MAC Conference Championship. We started out 4-0, defeating Arkansas, Wisconsin, FCS, and Ohio, before losing our first game to Florida, who only went 6-6 on the season. They went 2-6 in the SEC, so really good outside of conference. But then we won the rest. Western Michigan, Bowling Green, Northern Illinois, Miami of Ohio, Ball State, Akron, and Central Michigan. And now it's all up to Toledo. If we can beat Toledo, we're getting a bye, more than likely, in the college football playoff. If we lose, we're probably not going. And we lost. But we are ranked 10th. So there still is a possibility. Jamerson, 50 catches, 982 yards, 12 touchdowns for the Stanford wide receiver winning the Heisman Trophy. And we will be going to the college football playoff barely, just barely. We lost by 3. But San Jose State, who is unranked, made it, along with Tennessee, Miami, Michigan, and Kansas State. So we would actually not have gotten a bye. Would probably be like the 6 or the 5 going into it, probably. But all in all, NC State, Georgia, North Carolina, Cincinnati, Stanford, Eastern Michigan, and Auburn are the at-large bids. So this will be a tough matchup against Auburn because it is an SEC team. So it's going to have to be that way. But let's get started against Auburn. They're 10-3 on the season. We're 11-2. They are a 90 overall. So this will be a tough matchup, but both teams are rated near each other. Got to somehow find a way to get a win here against Auburn on the road. We're going to start on offense first. The offense goes nowhere. Defense gets a stop. And so far, nothing after one for both sides. Very defensive-heavy game before Auburn gets a touchdown. Then we get another one and a field goal to be up 10-7 at the half. Auburn will start with the football in the third quarter. They will not do anything. We get a touchdown to go up 2 scores here in the fourth. A big third down, and the defense gets off the field. They didn't even get a yard. And we get another field goal to be up 13, so we're up 2 touchdowns. Can we get a stop? We do again. The defense is playing out of their mind. They will give up a touchdown with 50 seconds left, but it's not going to matter because we, Eastern Michigan, will beat Auburn on the road 20-14 and move on to the quarterfinals. An absolute huge win. Why do we not do this against Toledo, of all teams? Like, where was this against Toledo? But we will be moving on. I mean, we could have had a home game, but no, we had to play on the road. But hey, a win's a win. Of course, we'll probably get some play. No, we don't get any play of the weeks. We'll be playing Kansas State in the Sugar Bowl. The number 2 overall seed. San Jose State beat NC State. What in the world? Apparently, they are a really good sim team. We had them before. But Georgia ended up winning 51-48, and Cincinnati won 42-24. So, yeah, another tough team to take on here. But, yeah. So let's get this started here against Kansas State. They are 12-1 on the season, and they're an 85 overall. But Kansas State is one of those teams that plays well, even though they are not a great overall team. Like, they're at most like an 85, 87. Usually in these simulations, they always play very well. So we have to come out and win these games. We're going to start on defense first, and the defense gets a stop and 3 straight touchdowns by the offense. It's 21-0 here after 1. Kansas State does put up a field goal in the second quarter, and then we get another field goal, so it's 24-3 at the half when we start with the football. And we get another field goal. It's 27-3. I think we can just go ahead and just go straight quarter here. As I said, Kansas State usually plays very well. They only put up 3 points in the Sugar Bowl at Eastern Michigan. We're moving on. We'd absolutely stomped Kansas State and only held them to 3 points. We do get an upgrade for our coach, but that won't really matter at this point. Unless we have to go to another year, then it does matter. Because we got games to play. But we are going to the semifinals to play, as we get the Player of the Week awards out of the way. We're taking on Cincinnati in the Orange Bowl. So Cincinnati did beat Michigan 44-39, and we have an SEC matchup in the semifinal on the top half with Tennessee and Georgia. But hopefully we can match up well against Cincinnati. So let's get this started against Cincinnati. They're 12-3 on the season. And they're an 80 overall. This is kind of weird. I'd never see like an 80 overall team make it here. Especially in like the semifinals. Usually in the first round I'll see like a couple occasionally, especially if I'm like you're the 5 and you're facing the 12. Sometimes you'll see it. But never here. But looks like we're starting on defense first. Defense gets a quick stop. Offense puts up a touchdown to go up 7-0 after the first quarter. So a good start there from the offense and the defense so far. It's 14-0. And now it'll be 14-3 at the half. So the defense does allow a field goal, but now it's 21-3. A big play for a touchdown from our offense. It's still 21-3 here in the fourth. They do get a first down on fourth down, and now Cincinnati is driving here. And they do get a touchdown on fourth down, but it's still an 11-point game, and now all we got to do is eat some clock, and we do. There's only 2.5 minutes to go. They have a 3rd and 29, and we get a pick, and that's the game. It's going to be a 28-17 win over Cincinnati since they did get a touchdown late in the game. They scored 14 points in the fourth quarter, but we scored in every single quarter. And we'll be moving on to the national championship game to play either Tennessee or Georgia. At this point, we always face Georgia at some point in these winning national titles with every team, unless we're Georgia. It's either Georgia or Oregon at this point. Maybe it's both. Half the time it is both. But we have the team to at least compete with them. But let's see who we're going to be playing in the national title once we get through the Player of the Week awards. Are we playing Georgia in the national championship game? They ended up beating Tennessee 28-24. So all comes down to this. Let's get it started against Georgia. They're 12-3, 5-3 in the SEC. They are a 90 overall. So we had one, or I guess two that we were overall advantages, and two that we weren't overall advantages. And yeah, so hopefully we can win all four and go 4-0 and win the national title here. We're going to start on defense first against Georgia. That is always very scary. And the defense gets a stop. Offense doesn't do anything with it. So 7-7 after one here. Still 7-7. Now 14-7. And 17-7 at the half. So we have a pretty decent lead on Georgia here in the third quarter. And it's now 24-7. We have a 3-score lead on Georgia, but we all know Georgia can come back in an instant, and there's one. We got to get first downs and eat clock. We take off a minute. 4th and 4, they go for it, they get a first down. And now it's a 3-point game, and we take a huge sack, and all of a sudden Georgia just needs a field goal, but we get a pick. And we get a field goal. We're up 6 with a minute to go. And we get another one, and that's going to do it. Eastern Michigan is going to defeat Georgia in the national championship, and it's another team done. 2 picks in the fourth quarter late in the game cost Georgia. And we will win 27-21. That is unbelievable. But hey, another MAC team down, another team down overall. We will take it. Of course, we will check the stats before we go. We were 15-2 on the season after winning the 4 in the college football playoff. And only 2 came against Florida and the conference championship game. But looking at the stats before we go, Chamberlain, 38 or almost 3,900 yards, 33 touchdowns, only 4 interceptions. Carmichael, 786 with 7. Chamberlain also had 384 and 4. Jeremiah, 186 and 3. Hillhouse had 5 carries, 76 yards, and a touchdown. And Shorter had 58 yards for 2 touchdowns. Receiving-wise, Berlin had over 1,000 yards with 13 touchdowns. He did get hurt at some point. So did Pettis, 97 with 9. So Dalvin with 753 and 4. Ben with 374 and 2. Carmichael 226 and 1. Cashman 205 and 2. Revis 170 and 1. And the other one was by Jeremiah with 524 and 1 for the touchdowns. Defensive-wise, Lashley led the team with 94 tackles. We had Ramsey with 12 for a loss and 14 sacks. Catapano and Tuttle with 4 interceptions each. We did force a good amount of fumbles, and we recovered 6 of them. We did have 1 blocked kick, 1 safety, but no defensive touchdowns. Kicking-wise, Waller did miss 2 from 50, but had 1 extra point blocked and missed 4 field goal attempts. Punting-wise, Toomer with pretty much 3,000 yards, 8 inside the 2017 touchbacks, not great. Kick returns, we did have a kick return touchdown. We actually had one for the first time in a long time, but no punt returns. Well, that's going to do it for the episode. Hope you guys did enjoy. If you guys did, hit that like button down below. It's free and really helps out the channel. And yeah, I'll see you guys all back tomorrow for an episode of our Zero Overall franchise on It With a Show. And these winning a national title with every team will return on Wednesday with another team. And we are officially halfway done with winning a national title. This will return in College Football 26 once ever that game comes out, more than likely in August. So we do have a couple months to go until that game comes out. We'll also have another franchise or another dynasty on there until we'll also have the Zero Overall franchise happen until we win a couple World Series on there on It With a Show. But hope you guys have a great rest of your day. I'm out. Peace.